fuck me. Seriously.
All right, and we are live. Matt had no idea I had hit the button because someone forgot to add a zero to a trade that he did 5 minutes before the show, which is why we're late. And then realized that it wasn't a 100,000 contract trade; it was a 10,000 contract trade.
I
and,
didn't.
and then wanted to delay the show some more to add, nine times to his position. So Matt, how's the trade going?
Welcome to the Daily High, everybody, with Tone Bays and Matt McGregor. You think that I don't swear very much. You think I swear a lot in this show. That's me pulling my punches. I was just swearing like you wouldn't believe to Tone because I thought I was in a fantastic trade, and I wasn't. I was in a stinking $10,000 position, which I don't get out of bed for $10,000, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I just wasn't. So anyway, we'll talk about it. Tone, good morning. Good morning, everybody. The market's doing stuff. I got to readjust right now. Tony, can you go first? I need to clear my head. You go first, mate.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, let's go take a look at the market. Matt's gonna play with his phone. All right, we're gonna go to the higher level time frames, and we had a bit of a pullback, and we're continuing to pull down. Now, it's a very dangerous game that we're playing here, right? As I stated in yesterday's stream, I would love to see us very slowly step down into the 50 week moving average. I believe that's the 50-week moving average. It's possible that could be the 20. I'm gonna double check. It actually could be the 20. No, that is short term, long, intermediate term, weekly. No, that is the 20. I would love to see us very slowly go into that 20 period moving average. And ideally, we don't touch it this week. We don't touch it next week. We touch it the week after next week and still be somewhat in consolidation. So that means I really want Bitcoin price to stay between 59,000 and 62,000 for the next 3 weeks. And that's a dangerous game because it can break down at any moment and crash all the way down to 44, which is something I would rather avoid. So I would prefer it to go rise quickly versus crash to 44. Some people would rather see a crash to 44 because they're sitting there with a bunch of cash or with a bunch of Bitcoin ready to go, 20x leverage long at that low $40,000 area. My allocation chart, the allocation chart was, getting me a little bit interested in entering a full 100% long on the next candle, which begins in 1.5 days. Today is Tuesday morning, US time. So 1.5 days from now would be on, Thursday night. Wednesday night or all day on Thursday is when I would consider going from 20% long to 100% long. But this pullback may have delayed this by a full 4 days. So it really depends a lot on where the current candle closed. There is going to be a huge difference between the current candle closing, below 61.5 versus the current candle closing above 63,000. It's actually a world of difference. That could literally mean a 4-day delay of me adding to my retirement position from the cash position that I have. I don't know why I'm sitting in cash. It should be in the S&P 500, which we're going to talk about later. But Bitcoin is in a secular bull market. And as long as Bitcoin is in this secular bull market for the next year and a half, I will either be cash or Bitcoin. And then when I feel that Bitcoin is entering a bit of a secular bear market, the cycle bear market, I would then consider, Bitcoin Cash and S&P 500. But for now, I'd rather be in cash on the sidelines and ready to deploy into Bitcoin at a moment's notice.
Did you
Daily
just say
chart.
did
Yeah.
you just say you'd rather be in Bitcoin Cash? Did somebody clip that little
Oh God.
Tone
And
would rather be in Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. So you go
yeah.
back a minute and clip that.
And here's the daily chart. And once again, we're not able to make a full candle above the declining moving average. It was promising yesterday. Neither Matt nor myself were going crazy over it. We both needed a bit of a higher price. The good news is that I can see, Matt's modified Lucid SAR ticking down as we are consolidating. And hopefully this Lucid SAR will come down and meet the MRI resistance level, unless we get a new daily MRI buy opportunity, which would lower the MRI resistance level. It would actually be really nice to get one more daily MRI buy opportunity to lower this MRI resistance level. I would love to see the daily MRI resistance level go down to about 63.5 versus the 67,000 we are at right now. However, at the same time, I don't want to see a double bottom. So I'm a bit in this contradictory mental land where I want another MRI low. I don't really want to see a lower low either, because if we get a lower low, it means we're breaking a very critical 128-day moving average. So I almost want to see a consolidated MRI buy opportunity touching the 128-day moving average. So again, this very slow bleed over the next 2 weeks, getting maybe as low as 60,500, while at the maybe having one wick down to say 59, touching that 128 one more time, but without endangering the low close at 58.5 and the swing low at 56.5. So that's kind of that American phrase, have your cake and eat it too. I kind of want like the best of both worlds. I want one more consolidated low with a daily MRI buy, with a weekly MRI buy, all of that to happen without breaking 60K. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get lucky. That would allow a lot of these metrics to kind of slow down, cool down, while at the same time not crash. Short-term chart. You know what? I'm going to leave the short-term up to Matt, who has adjusted his trade. And Matt, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Tone. That was really good. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please use the affiliate links in the description below, and please join the Discord group. I'm going to be captaining a team for the BitGet big trading, the annual trading competition that they have. So it's going to be fantastic, and you're all welcome to join. More information to come in the following weeks for that, but we should all sign up together and make a big team of 100, 200 traders, and we really take it away from everybody else. I think that no one else has got a shot. So I'll start bringing more information about that as we go along. All right, let's get real for a second. I'm pretty annoyed because at 61,000 60 okay, just so you know, I'm pretty dyslexic, guys, and it's just when I'm live on camera I have trouble reading these little things here. It's just because I haven't got good vision. 61,651. I notice when I rewatch my shows that I say the wrong numbers all the time, but just bear with me, all right? I put on what I thought was a $100,000 trade right here, which was in fact a $10,000 trade. I added another 90,000 here, so my average entry is about probably maybe underwater right now. I'm just keeping an eye on it, all right? Now, in yesterday's show, that's a 15-minute time frame. On the daily, I put a tweet out this morning, which I think was a really poignant tweet. I'm going to get rid of, I don't know what that is. A really poignant tweet that when we closed the daily candle today, I said, look, we're exactly on the doorstep of the 30 simple moving average once again. Once again, we didn't clear it, and it's just no man's land. It's a liminal space, as Fibbo Swanee would say. We crashed down today very, very strongly, and we even came back. But right now, we're sitting at the 7 simple moving average. Like Tone, I like that this is getting lower. I like that this is getting lower, the 30 simple moving average, and I can see this rounding off to getting a really good trade when the 7 simple moving average crosses the 30, but it hasn't happened yet. Like, this is what we were saying. We did exactly what we wanted. We got a higher low than back here at 58, put it in at around 60. We're knocking on the doorstep of a lot of great resistance points that we could really, really kick on through. But the thing hasn't happened yet. And the wave is red. The mindset is still to be cautious, right? Like I'm still looking for long trades every time. But I mean, there's no reason to be. I'll probably do a whole heap of trades that at the end of the day, I should have just went and played golf like I said I was going to go do. And I didn't do it. I'd probably over traded. I still think that while the wave is red, there's no reason to get excited. I mean, we'll get real excited when the wave turns green again. And as Tone said, this is drawing down week by week by week. We'll get really excited on the daily when we start to cross 67. And on the lower time frames, which we'll go to now on the 4 hour, we'll get real excited when we start to break the MRI support and resistance on the 4 hour time frame, as right here at 63,000, 64,000, call it, give or take. But right now, every time we've had a good run up, the thing's been just chopped away. And it feels like people who have Bitcoin, a lot, big institutions that have Bitcoin, or people who have a lot of Bitcoin, every time it goes up, they're just like, thank you, bang, we'll get rid of some more, get rid of some more. I'm concerned about that. But that being said, the gap between where we are right now and to where I'm bloody super duper bullish isn't very far. It's only a few $1,000s. So it's in the zone. It's in the zone of be careful. Basically, be careful. Like we start to break below the MRI support and resistance here at 60,700 again. Holy shit, we'd be looking down here, double bottom at 56. Don't want to do it. That brings ugly old goats, lower targets in. It makes sense of the red wave to be cautious. I'd just be really cautious. I keep taking these trades, and the reason I took this trade was because I really was pumped up yesterday that we came up, and then it made sense to me that we got rejected. That's why I put that tweet out. It made sense to me that we would get rejected from there, and we
Yeah, well,
flash
we
crashed.
got rejected right on the MRI top on that 4 hour. I mean, we did warn about that in yesterday's
Yeah,
stream.
we certainly did, and that was a concern for me that would you know I said the word juice out last night, and I thought that was a funny way to say it, but I felt like we would juice out last night at about that point, exactly that point. And I did expect a rejection this morning, to be honest, because of that how poignant it was, the 30 simple moving average on the daily. But the way we crashed really hard, I really wanted to get a piece of it on the bounce. And I still feel like we didn't get lower than 60,500, give or take, down here. Oh, it's kind of looking like it could have a go, but every time it comes up, it just keeps getting shot down. This is dangerous for non-professional traders and even for professional traders. This is a dangerous zone. I'm going to keep taking little stabs at this thing because I want to kick on. I love the idea that I put the trade on here, got out here, got back in the same place, and can do it again. I love doing multiple trades of the same thing, but honestly, looking at the broader scheme of things, just to finish off the show right now, I'll go to the 3 day. It's concerning. Like we've had the 3 day bearish cross right here, which from the bullish cross here would have a fine trade, and it's not a good sign that we've had a bearish cross. Sure, we could come back up and then get the next MRI green star candle and all things rock on. We all want that, but at the same time, we're below. We're below. So temper your expectations because it could get a lot worse. I'm coming back now, Tone. Last week we were just going on about that 30 simple moving average and how it keeps getting rejected. I fear that this week might be the same. But at any moment, I think it's coiling up for either just a drop, an absolute drop to get out of that zone and get down into the next zone below, or to kick on. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, don't know the answer, but I can't wait to find out which one it chooses. What do you think, Tone? Which way do you reckon it'll go?
You know, if we were still doing that trading contest, I may just stay. I may just not enter a trade. It would be, like a no leverage trade. This is as 50-50 for the rest of the week as it gets. It really can go either way. But the thing is, but the window is tightening and tightening and tightening, right? So the moment we break above 64,000 and stay there for like 2 days, that's it. I don't think we're
Yeah.
ever going below 60,000 again. And if we go below 60,000 and stay there for 2 to 3 days, all lower end targets are on the table, including 40K.
I couldn't agree more, and I feel that that's exactly what we're looking at. Even just to get above that 64, get above these ranges here, I think we're looking really, really good. This is 12-hour right now. But I think that getting below 60 looks really bad. It looks bad. And I'm sorry. I if you've got if you're in cash, wait. You know, I don't know. What can I say?
Yeah, and I will say
And
that on that retirement account, right, where I'm sitting in 20% cash, that 20% cash is ready to go to zero once we start closing a couple of days below 60. But at the same time, I'm almost ready to go 200%, move it from Fidelity into a 2x ETF, which I normally don't like, right? Once we start, closing above 64, approaching that 65, 66, 67 zone, because I think once we break 68, once we start, sniffing the all-time high, man, is the FOMO gonna set in with the cycle going into the summer, going into the election, the ramping up of the war drums and geopolitics. It's the Trump trial, like all this uncertainty. And man, I think it can really spike from like people that are sleeping on Bitcoin. They're going to look at it at 70, and then they'll get busy with whatever, vacation, kids are out of school. Next thing they know, they open their eyes and it went from 70 to 150 in the blink of an eye, like 3 weeks.
I completely agree. And let's open our old float just for a bit of a flashback nostalgia. This is what I'm looking at here. Let's go 2x leverage. I just want to see what, let's just call it $10,000 in float would look like as a buy. I just want to see where the stop loss, where like the liquidation would be on 10x. All right, off on 2x. Excuse me. Give me one. Oh, sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
turn
what
it on.
happened?
All right,
Okay, I was about to
I didn't
say.
turn it on. I
Oh,
didn't
right at
turn
the
it on.
bottom of your wave. Interesting.
Yeah, well, that's an arbitrary area, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to see like from right now, that would be at 41. Well, you can see it right there, liquidation 41,100. Okay, that's where 2x leverage trade would be right now, and this is what I would start to get interested in if we were to come into anywhere in this zone, even perhaps even where it already is. I don't know, but like with less leverage, you don't mind going into minus if the area of your liquidation was what you substantially believe would never happen. Do you know what I mean? I know you can say, well, never know what's going to happen. I get it. Don't attack my words. I don't think we'll see a 30K Bitcoin. I don't think we'll see under 40K Bitcoin. I think there's too much demand for it. Maybe it'll happen, but once we start to get lower and lower, if we start to crash down, then you start to use this float thing to see, well, what would 2x look like here for a position where I could just plant a flag in the ground and just sit in it for 2 years. I'd be very interested to see, uh,
Yeah. Leave it.
what you
No,
think
no,
about
no.
that.
Don't go back to that screen share. But here's the thing on my end, right? Like right now, to me, this is a bit of a scary trade, right? Because right now, I do think that number hitting 40,000 is still possible, right? So
Right.
I would rather, if I'm going to do a 2x trade like that, I would rather do it from that MRI support line at 50,000. Okay, I would rather do it from there, okay, the 2x long, if I see it reversing from that area. Or I would rather wait till 66, 67 and then go 3 or 4x long, because I would be more confident going with more leverage with my stop loss at say 55,000.
Even 60
Right.
would be fine.
And because I would be more confident. I would be going 4-5x long once I'm confident the bull trend's back versus trying to do a 2 or a 3x right now.
I agree, and I didn't mean from here. I just said it from here for argument's sake. I thought like if we were to crash into here, and that's a perfect spot to put it at $50,000. If we were to get into there, I would be comfortable putting a lot more than $10,000 in a 2x leverage trade just to go, all right, I'm off trading, close the computer, I'm done for like 2 years now, and just wait. Because I think that would be an easy way to double your money over the next 2 years. But if we were to crack through, as Tone said, crack through that 64, well, then I could just go, well, my stop loss is at under 60, and I can go 5x, 10x, whatever, and I'm good to rock. It's actually the same sort of thing in my mind, and I would use our float to try and come to those conclusions. All right.
Hey
Do you want
guys,
to look at the
I got an
S&P?
announcement
Yeah, what's
before I
up?
forget. There will be a new show coming to the Financial Summit YouTube channel. It would be a show with Mark Wood. Matt,
Oh,
you've seen lots of his analysis. He posts
love
like
Mark Wood.
5-6 charts every single day, and they tend to be different. Great analyst. No idea how he finds the time. I will kick off that show with him in the beginning because he's never had a show on YouTube, an amazing analyst. And then hopefully he will run with the show on his own then after. And the first episode of that show will take place Wednesday which is tomorrow for those of you in the US. 11 a.m. Eastern time, so about 2 hours after our show with Matt here. We'll do one more with Mark Wood. He's been on my channel maybe once or twice during those massive streams with 50 people, but great analyst.
Yeah, I was talking to Mark today. I didn't realize the show was coming up. So that's news to me. That's fantastic. Mark's awesome. Awesome guy. I mean, I'm barely a chartist. This guy's a consummate professional. I'm just a degenerate trader like all the viewers watching. So this guy's a really top notch. Awesome. Do you want to look at the S&P real quick before we jump off?
Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to go through this quick. So on the S&P, the MRI top is coming tomorrow. Now, today's candle, it's already rebounding. This candle already started to dip. I got to check I'll probably do a show on my channel. It's been a little while. And I'll talk about some of the economic metrics. Sneak peek at oil, just consolidating. Sneak peek at gold, also consolidating, but looking strong. The S&P on a weekly scale is looking good. We're on an extension B ending. Look at the moving average. Nope, not moving average. Sorry, that's a green arrow. That was my projection. I remain bullish. I stayed bullish. I think the S&P is going to stay bullish. The sell in May and go away is not happening. Unlikely to happen. And we will see probably a pullback in September. And here's the craziness this morning. GameStop is once again going back to the all-time high. I think the GameStop guy came back to hurt the shorts. Personally, I don't care. I know everyone's asking me about GameStop, about AMC. These are meme stocks. These are failing companies. And yes, you might be hurting the Wall Street guys that have been short. That can be good or bad. But in reality, this is playing the shitcoin game. Same thing with space. Now space continues. Virgin Galactic continues to go down. Lower highs, lower lows. This has not yet broken the cycle. These have certainly broken a bit of the cycle, but look, AMC is still trending down even with this giant candle. And GameStop is the only one. But this is a failed company, guys. This is insane. The company was worth 70 cents, and now it's worth $54. I mean, this is I can't trade this. Good luck to you. If you became a millionaire on this, awesome, because a lot of people also became broke on this. I stay away from this stuff. I like to
So
trade
can you
more
just
predictable markets.
can you draw like a downward trend line on the weekly time frame from like the high almost to now? That's unbelievable. I've never seen such a clean line just by eyeballing it. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, the line breaks and obviously it
That's
takes
the
off.
one.
but that's a very clean line. But look, you have to be watching this for the last 2 years, right? Waiting for
No,
the
no, no,
line
no, no, no.
break.
No, you don't. You need to be in a Telegram group that's invite only.
Or you can do that, right? Like again, this is trading this is not has never been my that's a clean line though. That is as
Yeah,
clean as
right.
it gets. I guess
That's amazing.
last week the line breaks and up we go. I mean, yeah, there is definitely a lot of money to be made here, but high risk, high reward. I generally stay away from this. Takes one bad trade to ruin you, and then you never get to trade again. So, I prefer the slower movers. Even Tesla is can be a little volatile, but not like that.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there.
All right, guys. I'm off early morning tomorrow on a little holiday, so I'll still be with you, but from a different location. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please use the Discord group and the affiliate links in the description below. Tone, it's been a pleasure. I don't know, I might close this trade and go to bed. But we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.